Welcome back to our carryover champion, Ken Bania, who needs just a win and $95 more to take away the Yamaha digital piano, valued at $6,295. Tonight, on New Zealand's richest quiz show, we're offering prizes totaling over $80,000, including this fabulous Mitsubishi Galant Liftback GLXI, valued at over $37,000, or a super set of stereo systems for the home and the car, priced at over $12,000. Just two of the incredible prizes on the new Sale of the Century. And now, here's the star of the show, Steve Hart.
Thank you, John. Welcome to you on a Tuesday night. Ken, welcome back.
Thanks, Steve.
Ken, what do you do for a job?
I'm a human resources manager for the DB Group, brewers of New Zealand's finest beers and makers of New Zealand's finest wines.
Hey, if you can't get it out, you've got to get it in, Ken. Good luck in the game tonight. Two contestants up against you. In just a moment, here she is to find out who they are, Julie White. Who are our two contestants tonight?
Well, our first contestant enjoys a hot-scented bath and a good book. Please welcome Kerry Brady.
Kerry, welcome to you.
Our second contestant is a police dog handler from Hamilton who hates losing. Please welcome Paul George.
Paul. What happens if you lose tonight, Paul? Have you brought your dog Max along?
No, I left him at home. He's been fed today, Steve.
Paul, good luck in the game.
Thank you.
Kerry, welcome to you.
Thank you, Steve.
Hot-scented bath and a good book, is that at the same time?
Ideally, but the bath will be okay on its own, or the book, one or the other.
You're soaking in it. Good luck in the game tonight, Kerry.
See you in the gift shop.
Yes, $20 each. Ken, Kerry, Paul. Work for the rest this Tuesday night. GPO was once an abbreviation. Ken?
General Post Office?
Yes. Celebrating his 59th birthday in October 1994 was which large Italian tenor? Kerry? Luciano Pavarotti. 20 years ago, New Zealanders started putting their clocks forward by how much as a means, Ken?
1 hour.
Of daylight saving, yes. The African president who paid a state visit to the United States in October was...
Nelson Mandela.
It was, Ken, but please wait for me to say your name before you give us the answer. The hole in the ozone layer has now reached what has been described as record proportions. Over which continent? Paul?
Antarctica.
Yes. Draw the gift shop, Ken. Your advantage, 10 clear, 35 to spend with Julie.
Steve knows a lot about gardening. I'm sure there's a thing or two he could teach me. But I can tell you this garden equipment is A1. They're made in Germany from the highest quality forged materials. The premium cutting edges ensure your garden looks its best, including head shears, a spade and fork. The set is usually $505, but tonight it's only $6 from True Friends and Sale of the Century.
Me?
Yes.
Yep,
Someone
that's right.
told me.
I do a lot of gardening by
bird.
checkbook. Ken, $10 out in front. I know that you hold these things at this end. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's a start.
That's also a pretty good finish, I think, by the end of it. $10 out in front, Ken. $6 is what we're talking about. Ken, once. Twice at 6, Ken.
Not tonight.
Well, hold it. You hold your $10 advantage on 35, Paul 25, Kerry 15. Originating in World War I, the word gasper was British slang for a what? Ken?
Gas mask?
For a cigarette. A gasper was a cigarette. In January 1988, the Air Force of which country raided guerrilla bases in South Lebanon? Ken?
Israel?
Yes. Rats of which colour are used most often in Paul?
White.
Scientific research, they are. First chance at the board. Who am I? Born in New York in 1912 and dying in 1985, I was a boy singer in vaudeville at 13 and appeared in some short musical films before joining Minsky's burlesque troupe as a third banana comedian, later providing pleasant comedy relief in a number of movies, usually as the hero's best friend. My later films included A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum and It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Ken?
Zero Mustel?
Continue for Kerry and for Paul. A bald, bespectacled man, I enjoyed enormous popularity on TV during the 50s, winning an Emmy as the rascally Sergeant Bilko. With the first name of Phil and a surname beginning with S, I am Phil who? And nothing from Kerry and Paul. Phil Silvers. So we add a $15 behind one of the faces and you get a chance at the board very soon. The national airline with its headquarters in Bombay is Air what? Ken?
India?
Yes. The inner disc of a target is called the bull's, Ken?
Eye.
It is. Now the audio question, who is singing the following song?
How many roads must a man walk?
Kerry.
Judith Durham.
Joan Baez, blowing in the wind. To which of the sensory organs is the eustachian tube connected, Kerry?
Ear.
Yes. The name of Madonna's early hit single in 1983 was, Paul?
Like a virgin.
Which synonym for vacation? Holiday is what it was. The US lawyer Francis Scott Key is best known as the author of the star, Ken?
Spangled Banner.
Yes. To the 30-second fast money round we go, and $35 separate the three of you. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. One of the narrators of Thomas the Tank Engine is Ringo who, Paul?
Star.
Yes. According to the proverb, there's nothing new under the what? Ken?
Sun.
Yes. How many miles out is New Zealand's exclusive economic zone, Paul?
200.
Yes. A famous exotic dancer was Gypsy Rose who, Ken?
Lee.
Yes. To which religion do most Balinese belong? Kerry?
Sorry.
Hindu. Which French actress was known as the Divine Sarah? Paul?
So Bernhard.
Yes. Near which river do Nilotic people live? Ken?
The Nile.
The Nile is right, and Ken has the advantage. A $25 lead there, Ken. 65 to spend with Julie.
Well, for the modern business person who's on the go, you need a reliable case to keep yourself organised. The fan file expandable for him and the Vogue attaché for her are business cases with file dividers, business card and pen holders. Attractively finished, they also have secure locks for peace of mind. Together they're normally $600, tonight just $9. From Flight Business Cases and Sale of the Century. Maybe if I had one of these I'd be more organised.
Maybe you would. Maybe with a paper bag you'd be more organised.
Gee, thanks.
Ken, $25 out in front for you and Margaret. Here I have two cases for you. If you bought them, cost you $600. We're offering it to you tonight for just $9, which is $4.50 a piece, Ken. I'll make it $4 a piece for you. That's $8, and take them both home.
I'm very
What do you
tempted,
want?
Steve, but I've got a beautiful briefcase now.
Have another one. You've got kids who are 18 as well.
Your wife?
Margaret could take one. Ken at 7 once. Twice, Ken.
Steve.
No sale.
Well, hang on to them. You hold on to your 65. Kerry 10. Paul on 40. You three can relax. Your question tonight. Who spoke the immortal lines, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do? That's your question. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Your question, who said a man's got to do what a man's got to do? Well, it was Alan Ladd, who was so short that during all his love scenes with his female counterparts, he had to stand on a box so that he was taller. Ken, you're on 65, Kerry on 10, and Paul on 40. On a standard roulette wheel, what colour are the even numbers? Paul?
Black.
Yes. The procedure involving an incision into the heart, exposing one or more of the cardiac chambers, is known as what kind of surgery? Paul?
Open heart.
It is open heart surgery. At the Battle of Waterloo, who was supposed to have shouted, "Up guards and Adam"? Wellington said that. The first record to sell 1 million copies in the UK alone was I Remember You, sung by Frank who, Ken?
Ifield.
Yes, Frank Ifield. Which term is used for a word, phrase or verse intoned often repetitively as a sacred formula in Hinduism, Kerry?
Mantra.
And Buddhism, yes. Completely surrounded by the city of Los Angeles, which city in the foothills of the Santa Monica Mountains is famous for its palatial, Paul?
Universal.
Movie star homes, it's Beverly Hills. In which 1981 film was Harold Abrahams the only Englishman to win an Olympic sprint title, portrayed by, Ken?
Chariots of Fire.
By Ben Cross, yes, Chariots of Fire. The French designer who in the late 1960s launched the space-age look with his use of vinyl helmets and goggles was Pierre who, Paul?
Cardin.
Yes. Comprising more than 99% of its entire mass, what is the dominant body of the solar system? Paul?
Water.
The dominant body of the solar system is the sun. Who am I? Maybe this time we'll go around the board for you. I was born in the 1940s, the daughter of a man described as an elder statesman of New Zealand country music, and I had my first singing success in 1973 when I won the first Gold Guitar Award. It wasn't until 1980, when still working on a supermarket checkout counter in Patararoo, that I released my first record album. It led to numerous awards and was followed by tours, my own TV special, and an engagement at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. I was Entertainer of the Year in 1983, the year That Beautiful Lady was a big hit for me. My given name is Patsy. Ken?
Rigger.
I am Patsy Rigger. Ken, for you. Round the board we go.
Snow White.
Goodness personified by the Disney creators.
From a classic film, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Michael Caine.
Popular British actor there.
Shona Lang.
One of New Zealand's best singer-songwriters.
Always making the news headlines, Michael Jackson.
From a famous superstar family.
This home view is an animal lover, Mariana Henry.
Mariana is 7 years old and likes writing stories. Her family have got so many cats she's lost count. One day she'd love to work in the toy warehouse because of all those toys.
Neil Walker.
3 National News, weeknights at 6.
Susan Sarandon.
Stars in the hit movie The Client.
Popular sportsman, Roger Gray.
One of our all-whites.
And Patricia Richardson.
Long-suffering wife of Tim Taylor on Home Improvement. Ken.
Michael Caine, thanks, Steve.
Michael Caine has for you.
Upgrade your car's interior with these designer print car seat covers and mats, and safeguard your vehicle from theft with the Prolock steering wheel lock. $180 from Stretchmaster products.
There you go, Ken. Now, we couldn't sell you an alarm system last night, but now you've got something for your car. You're on 75, Paul 45, Kerry on 15. During the Second World War, which two-word nickname was given to the RAF's 617 Squadron, which raided dams on the Ruhr and... Paul?
Dam busters.
Is right, yes, the dam busters. Which ingredient gives the sausage called black pudding its characteristic colour? Kerry?
Blood.
Yes, pig's blood, in fact. The film MASH was the first and biggest commercial success for American director Robert Ken
Altman.
Yes. In Beatrix Potter's Tale of Jeremy Fisher, what kind of amphibian is Jeremy? Ribbit. A frog. To the gift shop. Ken, you have your advantage. $30 out in front, $80 to spend with Julie.
Ken, take someone you love to Lake Rotowiti for a luxurious weekend away. After flying Ansett, you'll spend 2 nights at the executive wing, enjoy sumptuous meals in the licensed restaurant, then relax in a soothing spa bath. Usually $1,500 tonight, it's only $16 from the Okawa Bay Lake Resort and Sail of the Century. Great relaxing weekend after all those festive activities.
Absolutely, Ken. It's all yours for just $16. You're ahead by 30, Ken. You promised to buy something from us, and this is something well worth purchasing, Ken. $15, Ken, and you can have half of the money I have in my pocket, which is, I've got 200 in there, so I'll give you another $100 cash. There you go, Ken, at 15. Once, Ken. Twice. At $15, it's going.
No sale.
Well, hang on to that as well. You're on 80, Ken. Kerry on 20, Paul on 50. A misogynist hates which group of people, Ken?
Women.
Yes. Yarns of which natural fibre are subjected to a process called mercerization? Kerry?
Cotton.
Yes. From Latin for written after comes which term for a paragraph, Ken?
Postscript.
Or sentence added to a letter? Yes, postscript. Who am I? Last chance at the board. I am the central character of 4 books by the famous American author, although 2 of the 4 in which I go abroad and then play detective are generally regarded as inferior to the others. Described as a good bad boy, I live with my aunt in a Missouri town called St. Petersburg. I have a priggish brother named Sid and a disreputable young friend with whom I have many adventures. Given to telling tall tales to impress my girlfriend, Becky Thatcher, we witness a crime committed by Injun Joe and end by finding treasure in a cave. Huck Finn's companion, I, Ken?
Tom Sawyer.
Am Tom Sawyer, yes. Okay, Ken, who would you like from the board?
Susan Sarandon, Steve.
Susan has. Every little bit help, Ken. We'll see what it does to the scoring in one moment. Julie, what is left on the board?
Roger Gray had the wild card, Neil Walker 15 and Snow White the 25.
And a $75 spread at the moment. Our champ out in front. Ken on 100, Kerry on 25, Paul on 50. Back in a moment with the final round of Fast Money. And into the fast money round we go with our champ continuing to lead the race. At the moment, Ken, your score is 100. You needed 95 in the win for that Clevanova. Your score is 100. Kerry, you have a bit of work to do to catch up there. $75 away on 25. And Paul, you're halfway from 0 to 100. You're exactly on 50. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Which metal usually goes with the word razoo? Paul.
Brass.
Yes, the kindergarten cop was played by Arnold who? Paul.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes, which country is immediately south of Botswana? Ken.
South Africa.
Yes, the pen name of Eric Arthur Blair was George who? George Orwell. In early Italian drama, who was Harlequin's sweetheart? Kerry.
Minuet.
Columbine. What are drawn by a cartographer? Ken.
Maps.
Yes. In which empire was the Forum a public place of assembly? Paul.
Roman.
Yes. And cards. What is another name for a jack? Ken.
Knave.
Yes. Stop the clock. The answer knave is correct. We'll check to see whether it was on or after or before the buzzer. You're right on the nose there, Ken, and on the line is in. Correct your score. Restart the clock with 19 seconds to go. Now, author of the Dr. Dolittle stories was Hugh who? Lofting. Which US president was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth? Ken.
Lincoln.
Yes. The Ashes cricket series between Australia and England is held how often? Paul.
Every 2 years.
Yes. Which European country is the original home of the Parma ham? Kerry.
Spain.
Italy is the answer. Ken has the game. Final scores. Ken on 120, exactly that 50 back that you started on. Paul, you're on 70, and Kerry on 15.
Kerry, it was great to have you here. Thanks for coming. And Paul, it was nice to meet you as well.
We do have these special things for you to take home to remember us by.
You'll each receive a stylish deerskin unisex swing bag with mobile telephone compartment from Barron, New Zealand, and a handcrafted sterling silver Sale of the Century keyring from Gardone's Jewellery.
Ken, welcome back.
Nice to be here again, Steve.
$476 in cash and prizes.
Wow.
Having a bit of problem selling you things at the moment.
I'll make up for it.
Oh, I certainly hope so. $50 win tonight, a total bank balance of $470. Do we look and see what that can buy?
Okay.
Okay, let's go shopping. Looks like we got here just on opening time too. The door's just open for us. You get a choice of quite a few things tonight. A windsurfer, star writer, magnificent thing with a scanner and all there. Magnificent furniture valued at about $5,000. You saw the delightful ladies' watch valued at just under $6,000 last night. And tonight you can have a much closer look at this delightful Clavinova piano.
Believe me, you'll learn to play in no time on this Clavinova electronic keyboard. There's AWM sound generation for total instrument realism and an amazing digital reverb. Built-in rhythms and an entire orchestra to choose from make your masterpiece only moments away. Normally $6,295. Tonight it's only $445. From Yamaha and Sale of the Century.
Where is her? Where is her?
Right.
You're a musician? Yeah, you're a musician.
No, but I'm an avid listener, Steve.
Yeah? You reckon you could play this stuff?
Only if it's for idiot proof, I might be able to.
Push that button.
It
there.
is.
See what happens. Push that button. See?
I can play.
You can play anything. Just like
Just
that.
pretend you're playing on the keyboard. Fool everybody.
A few more dollars, 75 at the bank, and you can go to Hamilton Island.
You won't fail to enjoy this glorious holiday. You and a friend will fly business class to Brisbane, then Ansett, Australia to Hamilton Island. For 8 days, you'll enjoy the many activities and dine in the variety of restaurants, staying in the Hamilton Towers Premier Room. This trip is usually $8,357, but tonight, just $545 from the Crown Plaza Resort, Hamilton Island, and Sale of the Century.
Yes, so when everybody really goes back to work, so I think it's next week or the week after everybody starts scribbling back to work again, you can say, bye-bye, I'm off to Hamilton Island. You done much holidaying in the future, in the past?
Yeah, but I've never been to Hamilton Island, and I'd really enjoy it.
Okay, well, there's only $75 more for that trip. Let's if you decide to come back and have another win. Keep on your winning way, and you could have this for your car and your house.
You'll be amazed at the quality of the sounds you'll get from these superior stereo systems. The top-of-the-line car stereo features a multi-CD player, cassette tuner with remote, and powerful subwoofers. The state-of-the-art MIDI system gives virtual reality sound with Dolby Pro Logic and omnidirectional speakers. Together, they're normally $12,150, but tonight, only $645. From Kenwood and Sale of the Century.
Not much room left in your boot after you've got all these bits and pieces in.
No, it looks fabulous.
Oh, look, the sound you get out in the car. But, you know, you drive a nice car, obviously, as a marketing...
Human resources manager.
What does that mean?
I'm responsible for looking after the people that work for the company.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. If you keep on your winning way, the car we're offering for you this week is this wonderful Mitsubishi Galant.
Cruise the beach this summer in the Galant Liftback GLXI. With head-turning good looks, it hugs the road like it's on rails. This sporty performance makes it a delight to drive when combined with the space and comforts of the interior. From the smoothly integrated dash and cockpit to the convenience of the split-fold rear seat, it's pure class. Usually $37,788. Tonight, just $750. The Galant Liftback GLXI is from your Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
Here it is, the car for your home for $750. Now for $850, you get absolutely everything. $80,738 worth. Ken, big decision coming up now. It's getting tougher. The windsurfer, the star rider, the furniture package, the ladies' watch, or the Clever Nova, or decide to come back and play for that trip to Hamilton Island. 5 cents. There you go. What are you going to do?
I'll give it one more shot, Steve.
Good on you. Catch you back Wednesday.
Congratulations. Now, I must say, Steve, my organisation isn't as bad as your jokes.
Okay. Just because I said that you needed a paper bag, that was not to put on your head, that was to carry your gear around, all right?
I know what you meant.
See you tomorrow night. 7 o'clock on 3.
Good night.
Good night, New Zealand.
This has been a Grundy television production for TV3.